It's official, guys. We've come to the end of the road. Yes, I know. That's right. The end of the road. And the end of the road meaning you have begun to think about downsizing your home. You've begun thinking about leaving the home that you have grown up in, started a family in, raised your family in, or just been in for a very long time, and you've decided, hey, it's time for me to find something more suitable for my life now, moving forward. And this, if any of that resonated with you, now this is the video for you. Hey guys, I'm Javi. I am Boston's local realtor. South Shore, North Shore, just all Massachusetts. And if you need any tips and tricks, things like that, you guys come to these videos and you guys check it out. But besides that, we're talking about downsizing, the tips and tricks I have for you guys who are downsizing, and essentially what you guys should look out for, prepare for, etc., etc. Now, I pulled up a list here of things that you guys should look out for, but you know what? I'm gonna just go off of the heart here and go with the best tips I've seen for people and that I've helped with many, many people. I think that the first step that you should take is every video I start with find yourself a good realtor. It's just very, very important. But I would say more than find yourself an amazing realtor, find yourself a realtor who genuinely cares about your well being after they sell your home and get you your new home. What does that mean? What does that look like? Well, I'll give you a scenario. Right now, I am potentially working with a woman who not only is trying to sell her house and buy a new house that's downsizing, that's more suitable for her current living situation now because she can't go up and down the stairs, but we're going to help her situate her funds so she doesn't get hit by big capital gains tax. We're helping her. I'm going to connect her with my financial advisor, who, if at this time that I've posted this video, there's a video that I posted beforehand with a not only a life insurance agent, but a financial advisor who is going to help you allocate your funds and do things to set yourself up so that you never run out of funds. Okay. But the first step is setting yourself up with a great realtor. The second step is once you have that realtor is going to not only tell you about the price of your home and valuation and all that stuff, but if you decide to move forward with that realtor is going to set you up with a home search. Now, this is a home search to find you your perfect home. This isn't a fixer upper, this isn't a starter home. This is your perfect home because you've lived in this home for most of your life, if not all your life for some people. Some people have grown up in these homes, been passed down, and they want to sell and move on to bigger and better pastures. So this is going to be the perfect home for you. Your realtor is going to help you find that. Now, the important thing I want to note here is this doesn't apply for everyone because every situation is different. But this situation here, most people will find safety nets and comfort in knowing that this certain terminology is going to be put into your contract when you sell. Suitable upon, I mean, excuse me, uh, dependent upon seller finding suitable housing. So, what does that mean? And there's a bunch of different ways to say that, but this is just one of the ways that you can say it. You cannot sell your home unless you find another home with which you can move into, and this usually happens at the same time. So, the correct terminology is contingent upon seller finding suitable housing. That is the correct term. Now, this is important for a lot of you guys because we're not going to try and make you be homeless. Some people who we suggest going into rentals and then into their new home is usually situations where they have to move out because it's, let's say, for example, I've dealt with pre foreclosure before. or there's no funds at hand and you haven't found the perfect home, but you really want to leave, you've got a great deal in the house, whatever it is, you move into a rental, you get all the funds to purchase your next home, and then you can move forward and purchase the next home. So, those are the two biggest situations I see that people actually go into a rental, and I recommend it. Pre foreclosure, so you don't lose the house. And two, you haven't found the perfect home, you really want to sell, but you don't have the funds either to purchase the next home because you don't have enough money for the down payment, et cetera, et cetera. Now, your realtor is going to find ways to work around this, and sometimes a realtor can make things happen at the same time. Most of the times we can, but I'd say about 15 to 20% of the times, these are the viable options. Now, this isn't to scare you, this is to mentally prepare you. Now, the next thing, another tip that I have for people who are downsizing is we usually forget about the things that we have in the house. Now, I recommend using the following methods: just a giant garage sale to sell off all the property that you want to sell off so you can get more funds that way. Okay. Another thing is donating to Salvation Army. Salvation Army will take anything, they'll come in, they'll pick it up, and you'll feel better about donating, excuse me, and you'll get a tax credit for donating. People usually forget that part. Or the third option is just to order a dumpster and to throw it all away. Now, I love free things. So a lot of people have gifted me things. They say, "Oh, come on, Javier, take some things." And I love stuff. I my house is full of stuff. I have stuff in abundance. And it's not like I take it and I sell it. It's like some people do that. I actually keep it. And I love it. And it reminds me of me helping you guys out and selling your house, and it's just the memories. I have a bunch of memories of that in my house. I'm looking at some right now if I'm looking off camera. So that is another thing people usually forget about. There are things inside. You might ask me, Javi, what if I'm moving out of state or even out of country? That's fine. That is okay. We, as realtors, help you facilitate all that. So, all the things that I just talked about, we do that in state. It gets a little bit more complicated out of country, but we do out of state as well within the US of A. We facilitate all that stuff. I can tell you a story about, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to put people's personal business out there, but I had a client who we sold his house over in Boston. He needed to move to Missouri. Well, guess what? We got him from one house to the next. There were a little bit of a mix up because we had bank situations mix up, and the other agent was a little bit very difficult, very difficult. But I took care of my clients. I housed them. I had them in a hotel, my own money. Gladly, my clients decided to pay me back for the funds that I had helped them with. But, you know, this isn't necessarily what every realtor does, but I'm a realtor who believes in God and doing the right thing. And it just felt like the right thing to do. So I held them up for as long as I needed to, and they needed until they got the next property. But in a perfect situation, because that is a very abnormal situation. I want to put that out there. Very abnormal. It's you sell, funds get transferred, you buy in the next state, easy peasy lemon squeezy. When the buyers are signing the contract to finally close on your property, those funds get sent over to your account, and then you are signing, just like the buyer, you're signing to the buy on the other side of the country, whatever it is, and you get those funds easily transferred into your account to the new purchase. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You're in your dream house. Um, Another hack we usually do is we have, if the terminology, I'm not going to really put it out there because it gets kind of complicated, but essentially the idea is you can rent out your place for a couple of weeks afterwards. So if you close on your property, let's say the 10th, but you say, I would like to rent my own place out until the 17th so I can finish moving everything. You can still close on the 10th. You'll probably get a rent situation where you pay a small percentage of rent for the 7 days to the new owners. Sometimes they do it for free. All right. We can negotiate that as well. But you can rent your own place even though you already sold it. You can pay a rent or stay there for an extra amount of time after the closing and still close on your next property. Okay. And you can essentially have I guess, a safety net. So you can have an extra couple of days so that once you close on yours and you close on the home that you're selling, to be clear, and then close on the home that you're purchasing, you can have a couple of days to move. That way you make it super easy on yourself. And this is usually a lot of people like this idea a lot because it just causes them way more comfort and they don't have to stress. They don't have to stress about, oh my God, I have to be out, I have to do this. We didn't close any of the house. Like, no. Us as realtors, we help you do everything. Okay? Now, another tip, because I've talked about things to do, how things are done. I haven't really talked too much about the tips part, but the benefits of downsizing as well. Tips and benefits. Right now, I want to talk a little bit about the benefits. You save so much more money. Less electric, less space they have to clean, less space you have to take care of. Sometimes people, for the most part here in Massachusetts, a lot of people they get smaller homes, but they actually discard the idea of a single family in general, and they move into a condo and have it all professionally managed. That is a lot of headache off your shoulder. Yes, you have to pay a small condo fee or a large condo fee depending on where you move, because condo fees in a suburban town versus condo fees on the water in the Cape, completely different structures. But regardless, it depends on your financial well-being, and us as realtors as well, we will advise you on a couple of different things, and we can send you a financial advisor as well. It's all dependent on what you're trying to do, but essentially the property that you sell is going to be way of a different expense versus the property you're going to get into. It's going to be a less of a cost for everything in general, because downsizing means less space, and as a logical standpoint, everything's going to be less expensive. Again, depending on where you go, but for the most part, I'd say 90% of the time it's going to be way less money. You're comparing what, a 4,500 square foot home, let's say 4 bed, 3 half, 4 bath, whatever, 3.5 bath, 4 bath home compared to like a what, 1,200 square foot home, 2 bed, 1 bath. Like, huge difference on all accounts. And I guess what else can I tell you guys that's going to really help you and benefit you? I think another thing that will benefit you guys is understanding the tax benefits. Okay? Um, there's this thing called capital gains tax, and a couple different things that you could be hit with if you have owned the home for a long time, or just let's say you're married or not married. There's a couple things that come up that I can think of where we found solutions for people. Just so that you know, if you're single, 250,000 exempt, married, 500,000, and if you're single, if your single family, excuse me, I'm jumbling up, is your primary residence, sometimes you can find ways around it, right? And a lawyer that we advise you to chat with, or our financial advisor we advise you to chat with, because this is a little bit out of my ball game as well, because I'm not really a financial advisor, but we can all advise you different ways so that you can not only keep most of the money, if not all the money that you sell your property for, but we are able to send you the right avenues so that you can chat with people that are going to help you set yourself up for financial well-being for the rest of your life in the new home that you go to. Um, I guess that's it for the video, guys. It's a very short one, short 15 minutes here and counting. Um, I guess the last thing I'll leave you guys with is downsizing can be a daunting thing. It can be scary for a lot of people because you spent most of your life there, if not all of it, like we've spoken about before, or it can be a place of memories. Um, you know, God forbid you're in a situation where you've lost your spouse and you have a whole house all to yourself, or your kids have moved away. You had a family of one kid, two kids, three kids, four kids, multiple dogs, etc. And you had all these memories here. And then everybody moved away and started their lives, and you're here in a house that's large and, overwhelming. The message I have for you guys is those memories will always stick with you. You'll always have those memories, and they'll be beautiful. And just know that you downsizing not only leaves you I can't speak not only leaves room for you guys to create new memories in a new place, but it creates a space for new families to create memories in your home, new families to start families, new families to, you know, have little parties for their kids growing up. This is a generational thing. So, you guys have a great day. Take care. And I hope this video helped you out. I'm stuttering a lot. It's been a long day. It's 8:45 at night. Started my day at 5. So, you guys take care. And if you want to sell your house or want to buy a house or maybe both, you know, you can reach out to me. I'm a very, very understanding guy and very helpful realtor. So if you are in that situation, feel free, reach out. I'll take care of you.